you sort of have two sort of categories, right? We have our elite level athletes that are our gymnasts and our powerlifters and our football players and full contact sports that way. And then we have our elite level athletes that are our grandmothers and our gardeners and our knitters and those elite level athletes. And the first elite level athletes, it's really hard to make them stop. Like sometimes they need to slow down. Like I'm not trying to make you stop completely, but you need to slow down a little bit. Like instead of practicing 7 days a week, maybe you practice 5 and you have a couple of rest days in between. But the elite level athletes that are the gardeners and the grandmothers, it's really hard to make them go, to get them started doing something. And that's where the baby steps and that graded exposure kind of comes into play. Sometimes it's a psychological thing that has been placed into them. I had a female marathon runner and she was winning and she had an injury, and some active rehab therapist told her it was the worst thing ever and that she would never be able to run again. And that really, so she stopped because of the fear of breaking something even more and being more broken. And when she came into me, she was actually suicidal because it had gotten that bad.
Yeah.
So my thing to her was, okay, well, what's the one thing that you love to do? She's like, I love to run, but I can't run. Why can't you run? Oh, I was told that it was the worst thing for me ever. Well, that's for what she had. That was not true. Okay. So if you could run, could you maybe try running around the block? Could you try going for a 1K run? Like, you might not be able to run marathons again, but if you give me an opportunity and work with one of my active rehab people in my office, if we could get you back to running 5K 2-3 times a week, would that be okay? So, that was life-changing for her.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, there's some motivational interviewing that strategies that we use, right? So, well, on this hand, you say this, but on this hand, you say this.
Yeah.
And then you let them choose the path that they know they need to choose in order to live a better life.
And if you know the right one,
and that takes time.
Because that's NLP. You always say, do you want the harder option, or do you want the second? A little bit of a voice.
I had a guy who said, I've made a real positive change. I've given up donuts. I'm like, okay, great. He's like, yeah. And I swapped it in with something else. I'm like, what did you swap it in with? He's like, bagels.